Welcome to another YouTube video. My name is Al Heil. I'm an online fitness coach. I work with a lot of people with ADHD. If you guys are just new here, the last video I just made was the strategy to get fit with ADHD. Or the strategy will work if you don't have ADHD. So the strategy, the blueprint, never changes and it stays the same and it's very simple. So this video, we're going to be talking about the mindset you need, which is actually, in my opinion, far more important than the strategy. So you guys need to be combining both of these videos so you can get consistent on your fitness journey, get results, and stop getting burnt out and starting over and stopping and starting the cycle of starting and stopping over and over again. This is what's going to help, guys. So I want you guys to understand that our fitness journey isn't for our bodies, okay? Losing fat, building muscle, mobility, strength, cardiovascular health, that's all a byproduct, guys. We are after the mental health. That's what you have to tell yourself, okay? To prevent the burnout. We're not chasing the goals. We're not going after any results. We are just trying to feel good every day. You know what's going to help us feel good? If we do things that make us feel proud. Guys, every time I do something that I know is good for me, like a workout or proper nutrition, I'm also able to think good about myself and give myself effortless positive self-talk. You guys have to constantly remember that the quality of your life is dictated by the quality of your thoughts. That's why there's people that are starving in Africa that have massive smiles on their face because they have quality thoughts about themselves in their life. And that's why Americans who are so addicted to comfort and we have all these third world problems and we're so sad and depressed with all these privileges and we're so comfortable because of our comfort, because of our mindset and our convenience and how lazy Americans are, all that shit. So guys, I want you to understand right here, right now, that if you chase results with ADHD, you're going to get burned out. Okay? Fat loss and muscle building is a side effect of our fitness journey. We are just trying to be better versions of ourselves. The easiest and most effective way to become a better version of yourself is getting consistent with your fitness journey. And everyone thinks that this has to do with our bodies, and it's so like, it gets like a negative rap when people are so body focused and we're just focused on, I just want to look better and all this stuff. Yeah, that will come through consistency, okay? But the thing is, if you guys, that's why you guys need to see the last video. If you didn't watch the video of the strategy to get fit, because a lot of you guys are consistent, but you don't have results. There's a difference between being consistent and consistently getting better. A lot of people are consistent. Most people in the world are consistent without the results they want. But we have to be consistent and also go after the results we want. Okay? This is what the whole video is about. Guys, is fat loss and muscle building is a side effect. That's not really what we're after. If you guys just keep focusing so much on losing fat, building muscle, and it doesn't happen right away, you're going to get burnt out, overwhelmed, discouraged, and you're going to second guess what you're doing that's actually going to get you the results. But if you just go into there and be like, okay, I'm going to eat proper nutrition because I know it makes me feel proud. I'm going to go do this workout because I know I'm going to feel proud about myself. It's going to make me feel good about myself. Guys, I'm trying to articulate this in a way that really resonates, but the God damn it. I mean, I'm trying. So people with ADHD, we obsess over the weight, the scale, the weight, the body fat percentage, the aesthetics, and we attach our self-worth to these outcomes. You miss a few days, shame, guilt, quitting. That mindset causes burnout. When fitness becomes about results, ADHD brains eventually rebel. Okay, but when it becomes about habits and when it becomes about that we're doing this for our mental health, we're doing this for our mindset, then everything changes, guys. A lot of people can be consistent on their fitness journey for a long period of time using shame, guilt. But eventually there's going to come a time where you get burnt out and the shame and guilt doesn't work anymore. That's why we need to learn how to do positive self-talk, positive reinforcement, because this is how we stay consistent for the long term. I'm going to get into it, guys. To reframe the mental health first. Fitness is emotional regulation, confidence training, discipline practice, self-trust building. Fitness is not punishment, aesthetic obsession, a deadline to hate yourself. Muscle plus fat loss happens because your brain improves first. Okay? Guys, if we do the correct, everything is connected, guys. Do you not realize this yet? Everything's connected. If you eat proper nutrition, you work out properly, you get good sleep, that's going to cross over to your mental health, your physical health, your organ health. It's gonna help you lose more. Everything is connected, guys. So if you keep on just focusing on I'm doing all of this just to lose fat and build muscle, that's when the negative self-talk going to creep up. But when you tell yourself I'm doing all of this for everything, I'm doing all of this for my mental health because it helps me feel better about myself. It's easier for me to have positive self-talk when I do the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing. Again, guys, the quality of your life is dictated by the quality of your thoughts. People put so much emphasis on the body and the muscle and the strength and the fat loss, which is cool, but that does not compare to your mental health. Okay? So the number one rule is you're not here to be perfect. You're here to get 1% better each day. A lot of people with ADHD, we try to commit to getting 100% better overnight, and then the cycle continues of like because you're doing a bunch of shit that your brain's not used to. People with ADHD want to keep doing what we've been doing the previous weeks. So if you make massive, drastic changes all of a sudden, and you're just like, that might work for about a week or two, maybe a month tops, but eventually, you're gonna get burned out. That's why it's all about getting 1% better each day. A lot of my clients reach their fat loss and muscle building goals and go through transformations fairly quickly because we just slowly walk to our goals. A lot of you guys are trying to sprint towards your goals, and then you sprint a little bit and then you take massive back steps. You sprint a little bit, then you take massive back steps. What we do is we just slowly walk to our goals. And when we slowly walk and we're very intentional and we're very present with each day and we're just working on our daily choices and habits, when that occurs, it's not much back steps. And then you just see people are just slowly walking towards their goals each day. And when you're slowly walking towards your goals each day, it prevents burnout. And it makes you feel like you're actually doing this the right way. Instead of just trying to sprint to your goals, getting burnt out and overwhelmed, then taking back steps, sprinting again, taking back steps. That's not what we're about here, guys. That's not what we're about here. All right, let's get more into it. Where were we? So, I want to talk about alignment real quick, guys. Alignment. So, this is a lot of bottlenecks for people. So you got to think. Everything needs to be in alignment for us to actually transform. Our thoughts, actions, and energy. So the thoughts. How do you talk to yourself matters. You can't bully yourself into growth. Well, a lot of people can, but it's not really sustainable. Okay? It might work for a little bit, but it's not going to work for a lifetime. We're trying to do this for a lifetime. So think about your thoughts. Okay? Are you thinking negatively about the work that needs to be done? Are you thinking, damn, I don't want to have to meal prep. That's going to suck. I don't want to have to go to work out and push myself. That's going to suck. If you think negatively about things that make you better, then you're habitually constructing someone that associates pain with that thing that actually progresses your life forward. So I tell this to my clients all the time. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You need to stop looking at the workouts like it's a punishment or the nutrition like it's a punishment and look at it as your freedom because it truly is. Because you will never understand love until you love doing the work that makes you better. Until you love doing the self-development work that makes you a better version of you, you'll never understand love. And when I said that, guys, when I said that out of my mouth just now, I got goosebumps. It gave me the chills. So that just tells me that's confirmation from the universe that you will never know true love if you don't love yourself to the extent where you're willing to put in the work that is uncomfortable, not convenient on a daily basis, that pushes your life into a progression that's much better than what you currently are at. Okay, so your thoughts need to be in alignment. The actions and thoughts, guys, So you know the actions. If you don't know the actions to take, go back to the last video of the strategy to get fit. But the blueprint is very easy. Usually it's not people's actions that's the bottleneck. It could be. A lot of you guys could be taking the correct actions and still not getting results because there's a bottleneck with your thoughts or your energy. So realize that the action is the easiest part. That's just the blueprint. You actually taking the physical action. But when you take that physical action, you have to be very mentally aware. Are your thoughts negative while you're taking the action? Is it anxiety riddled? Are you rushed? Then you're habitually constructing someone that is like not that is not cultivating dopamine around those actions. We need to be very proud of ourselves in the moment for taking those actions and force in positive self-talk while we're taking those positive actions to validate ourselves, to start to rewire our brain to get dopamine from things that we have mental resistance towards. A lot of you guys are like, I don't want to meal prep and go work out, and that's the way you're thinking about it. So it's like you have to force yourself to do it, and when you do it, you don't like it. So you continue this process of doing things that you don't like, and then getting burnt out and starting and stopping. Guys, I'm trying to help you here. So please, really, you have to change the way you think. That's how it works. Okay? You have to be proud of yourself when you do something that is good for you. Okay? So your thoughts need to match your actions. That is very important. The next thing is your energy, guys. Are you walking into the gym? Are you walking into the kitchen lethargic, not wanting to do it? Guys, this is why I've gotten such great results on my fitness journey fairly quick, and a lot of my clients have gotten great results on their fitness journey fairly quick because we are intense. We go harder than you. That's the truth, because we enjoy going hard. We like it because we match our thoughts with our actions and our energy. So when we show up to the gym, our energy's high and we're ready to fucking crush it, and our thoughts are like, I'm a fucking beast. I got this. I'm unfuckable. I'm unbreakable. Nobody can fuck with me. I'm about to go crush this workout and be proud as fuck. Those are my thoughts. Okay? Whether you like it or not, those are my thoughts. My energy, it's through the roof, guys. If you've seen enough content from me, you know I actually have ADHD. I'm very hyperactive. So my energy was never a bottleneck. It was my thoughts and my actions. That's what I had to work on the most. So you need to step back and be like, okay, is it my thoughts, action, or energy that is the bottleneck, that is leaking? Okay, because a lot of you guys are taking the correct actions, but your thoughts and energy is off, so the actions don't really do shit. Guys, if your energy is low and your thoughts are negative while you're taking the actions, you're not going to transform. It's all of it, guys. Your energy, you have to go fucking hard. That's where the energy comes from. You have to be intense and serious about this. You can't just walk in with low-level energy and just be lollygagging. You have to be intense, you have to be serious, and you have to go hard. That's where my energy's at. The thoughts have to be very proud, and you have to validate yourself for taking the positive action. So, guys, really understand this before I go to the next part of this video, is that if your thoughts are negative while you're taking positive action, you're not going to transform like you want to. If your energy is low while you're taking the action, the input is off, so it's just like you're really just wasting time. You need to be focusing more on the input than the output. A lot of people focus so much on the output, which is the results and the end transformation. If you focus so much on the output, it's affecting your input. But when you focus so much on the input, then it can really affect your output in the way that you want. Does this make sense, guys? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Last time I'm going to say this. You guys keep focusing so much on the end result and the end outcome, then you lose sight of being super intentional with the input. You guys, stop thinking about the end goal. You need to start thinking about one day at a time. This is what I'm getting into. One day at a time. You should be living every day like a lifetime. Okay? What the fuck does that mean? So, you should be living every day like a lifetime. When you wake up, it's like we're babies and we're learning about ourselves. We're learning about what we're going to do for the day. And then in the middle of the day, it's like we're not babies anymore. We're like teenagers and young adults. That's when we're actually doing the work. You know, during the day, we're actually putting in the work. Okay, we're putting in the work during the day with good energy and positive thoughts matching the actions. Okay, then towards the end of the day, we're able to look back at our day, look back at our life like old senior citizens and either be proud of ourselves or look back with regret and shame. You need to be living every day like an entire lifetime. We start as a baby, then as a young adult, and then as a senior, as an elderly person. You're looking back at your life when you're old. In the middle of your life, you're putting in the fucking work. In the beginning of your life, you're learning about yourself and figuring out ways and how you're going to put in the work the way that you want to do it that's going to work for you. All right? Guys, fitness is the catalyst. Fitness teaches us patience, self-control, self-discipline, emotional control, self-trust. The body changes because you changed first. Okay? People are trying to get results. And to be clear, guys, I don't coach anybody who wants to take drugs to get results. Because the thing with if you take steroids or peptides to get physical results, you're missing the most important part is the mindset, guys. I talk to every one of my clients who go through a transformation, and they are more proud. Every one of them, they are more proud of themselves from the journey than the actual destination. Okay, they're more proud that they got up and did the work day after day when they didn't really want to, and they worked on their self-talk and they worked on their mindset, and they did these daily habits when it wasn't convenient, and they did it for a long period of time. They are more proud of themselves from putting in the work than actually getting the reward. Okay, the reward doesn't mean shit. You can just take a bunch of steroids and peptides and get surgeries and then get the results, but that doesn't affect your mindset. That doesn't give you the self-worth. That doesn't give you the intrinsic worth. That doesn't build the discipline. Guys, that's why you actually have to go through a transformation to build the mindset. People are like, when people work with me, they're like, okay, so how do I work on my mindset? There's not like a pamphlet I give you. You work on your mindset by taking positive action and then matching that action with your self-talk. Okay? You work on your mindset through self-development and being intentional with your thoughts and energy. Okay? It's not just like we read something and like, oh, our mindset is stronger. The mindset gets stronger through consistent positive action and you being mentally aware of what the fuck is going on. Okay? You guys gotta play this like a video game. That's how I'm playing. We're leveling up. We're just leveling up. Guys, the meaning of life, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, and if you've ever heard of Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, the meaning of life is self-actualization into self-transcendence. So this whole transformation that we're doing with our fitness journey and our self-development is self-actualization. We look in the mirror and we're just like, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. I got to fix this. I got to fix this. I got to have less body fat. I need to be more confident. I got better at communicating. So being a self-critic to yourself is not a bad thing. You know what you want and you can get it through this process. So through this process of self-development, the best way to start, especially with ADHD, is through fitness. Through fitness, nutrition, mindset, daily habits, and working on our self-talk. It's that easy, guys. So, no final, we're playing a level, yeah, we're leveling up, we're playing a video game, but there's no final boss. You are the final boss. When you stop progressing, then life is over. Okay? Progression is life, guys. I've experienced a lot of feelings from being high to being in love, but there's no better feeling than being very proud of who you are. And you can only be very proud of who you are through the work. You can't just sit on your ass all day and do nothing and then be proud of yourself. It doesn't work like that. You have to do the work that makes you a better you. Because then you'll be able to look back and be like, damn, I did that shit. I used to be a shitty version of myself, but then I put in work to become a better version of myself. Now I'm able to look back at the massive change of who I used to be and who I am now, and it just warms my heart. And nobody can replace that feeling. It's kind of like getting a degree at a university. Nobody can take this away from me. Nobody can take that feeling of being so fucking proud of myself. And that's why I can just do anything because now I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks because I only care about what I think. That's why I do this self-development process. And that's why I call it the ADHD removal process, because my ADHD symptoms were heightened so much from being a shitty version of myself. But once I did this self-development around my fitness journey and learned how to match my actions, my thoughts, my energy with this process, I slowly became a better version of myself. So I'm going to keep this one short, guys. I hope you got value from this video. I really want you to understand that your thoughts, action, and energy on a daily basis is what matters the most, okay? I truly believe that we don't think our own thoughts, okay? The first thought comes in, it's just like a random negative thought. I didn't think that shit. But the next second thought that you have control, guys. And people like us who are maybe have been addicts, or maybe who have a lot of urges, a lot of temptations, realize this. The people who are ex-addicts, the people who have a lot of urges, also have the most opportunity to get stronger. There's this thing called auto-conscious suggestion. So when you're getting an urge to do something, to get instant gratification, or to self-sabotage, you could be in the back of your head being like, the test is coming, am I going to fail or am I going to pass? Every time the test comes, where you have the urge to do something that makes you worse, or you have the urge to do something that will eventually cause regret, you have the opportunity to be proud, to get stronger, or to be shameful and get weaker. Okay, so the opportunities for me are they're always there. That's why I'm getting so strong all the time, because I have a lot of urges. I used to be an addict, and those urges still come in, those temptations still come in. But I'm very present with my thoughts, actions, and energy throughout the day. I'm very intentional with my nutrition, my movement, and my self-talk throughout the day. That's what really helps, guys. I like being proud of myself, and I know you want to be proud of yourself too. And realize that if we can come at this fitness journey with a little bit different approach, and realize that we're doing this for our mental health, and all of the physical attributes are just a byproduct of what we're doing for our mental health. The best thing we can do for our mental health is to get consistent with our fitness, nutrition, and positive self-talk. Guys, if you want help executing this, building positive habits, getting in a routine that you can stick to, hit the bio in my YouTube, schedule a free consultation. Let's talk more about your goals. Check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Let's go.